my name is Mark and welcome to my channel. Join me all year round, week in, week out, come rain or shine, and together we'll be fishing for pleasure. Morning troops, another day, another drain. We're out again in search of zander. I arrived at 6 o'clock, still dark of course this time of year. I was fishing by 6:30, got 3 rods out, 2 dedicated zander rods and 1 pike rod. My left hand rod's going to be the pike rod, but because I arrived when it was dark and I thought, well, edge me bets for the zander, I've got a paternostered roach on the left hand rod. The other 2 rods are fished just past mid channel, deepest part of the drain, looking for zander, and they are both ledgered roach. Roach are both very small. They're mounted through the snout with size 6 carp hooks. So when them go, I'm just going to strike into the fish and hopefully we'll get some zander out. You know, much luck with the zander. It's supposed to be quite grey and overcast all day, so hopefully they'll feed during the day. If not, it's going to be a long day. I'm going to sit it out probably 12 hours. I arrived at 6, I'll probably start packing up about 6, 7, because it gets dark at 4:30, doesn't it? So give it a couple of hours into darkness at the end of the day. Yes, so the left hand rod is pike rod. At the moment I've got a roach and I might well change that over to a smelt after the first hour or so, but at the moment 2 dedicated zander rods, both ledgered roach, just over mid channel, deepest part of the drain. It's very still, it's very calm, very overcast, so I'm hoping that the zander are going to be quite active all day. Let's crack on. I'll show you my zander rigs when I have a recast. They're both identical. Well, as promised, as always, same reel, same rod. Very basic. Some would say crude, some would say simple. I'd say just basic, effective. 2.5 ounce lead. This is a big eye on that. Totally resistance free. Buffer bead. Long anti-tangle sleeve to kick it right away from the lead. Small roach hooked through the snout with a carp hook. That's it. And I'm going to get this back out there. I had no action while it was dark into daylight. Still very grey. I'm hoping it stays grey and we can whack a few out. But yeah, today 2 rods dedicated for zander. See if we can get one and get a PB at the same time. Left hand rod is my dedicated pike rod. Got paternostered running water rig on there, but I've switched it over. I've taken the roach off now, it's light. Put a smelt on, bigger bait. Hopefully to track some pike on that left hand rod, but the middle rod and the right hand rod will be leisured over mid channel or far bank in search of the zander.
Look at the colours, beautiful.
We're off the mark pike-wise. No joy with the zander yet. Beautiful coloured fish, really dark greens. Beautiful dark rich colours, fantastic looking fish. Look at the size of the head. Be a big girl one day. She's beautiful, she's huge, she's lovely. Decent size, off the mark, paternostered smelt. Look at the back on her. And there's the front, a mug shot. Let's get her back, see if we can catch some of our target species and some more pike. Oh, happy days. Well, we're off the mark, aren't we? That's the main thing. It's a little bit of a breeze, a little bit of a ripple in the water for the first time today. And 2 zander rods and 1 snatch of the left hand rod. I don't know if it was a bite or debris because they're running the drain off. The drain's dropped about 6 to 8 inches since I arrived, but it's not bombing through, it's just running off. It's nothing major, no problem holding bottom or anything like that. Problem is I want to fish the far bank. It's a bit difficult because of the debris and the sheer volume of water that comes down, moves, puts a big bow in your line. So 2 zander rods not touched. The pike rod, switched it from the left hand side to the middle, flicked it out, a quarter of the way across, maybe a third of the way across, just holding bottom there, about 18 foot of water, and this yeah, just went away lovely. So nailed on with a smelt, paternostered. Beautiful colours on that pike, weren't they? You know, they do get a nice deep green up here, whereas some of my drains I fish, they're quite grey, others are quite brown, but these have a nice deep green to them. Really beautiful colourings. Pleasure to catch. Let's catch some more. Let's catch some zander. even the sun's trying to poke out. The bailiff's on the opposite bank, so we'll get our club book out, free visit, and then we'll hopefully catch a few more. Well, the day gets away from you really quickly, doesn't it, this time of year? You know, it's an hour till it gets dark. We had one run on the pike rod and 11 o'clock midday, which we landed nailed on. Always is with that paternoster rig, you know, fantastic little rig that is. That was a smelt. But now I've been trying. I've got my left hand rod and my right hand rod, or middle rod on the right, all day on Xanders. I've tried boosting the baits, one with sardine oil, one with Predator Plus. The one's leaking the nice red juicy Angus liquid, the other one's leaking attractants. Still nothing. We had some knocks on them when the drain was running off, but since that drain stopped running off, no interest in the small roach. But as I say, it gets dark at 4, half 4 the latest. It's very, very cloudy, as you can see, so it's going to get dark quite early. I'm going to fish through to about 7 o'clock, I reckon. Give it a couple of hours in the dark, see if there's any Xander around, see if they're taking them small roach on a Xander rig rather than the usual scale down pike tactics. And hopefully we'll have a few, but at the moment it doesn't matter if they're boosted, non-boosted. We've not had much joy. As I say, we've had one run on the pike rod and we've nailed that, so you just got to keep repositioning the baits, working the swim, and hopefully if there's anything around we'll nab it. When you're boosting your baits, how do you boost them? Some people coat them, soak them in attractants and freeze them so they're coated in it and frozen solid in them. But most people seem to inject, which I do. I like to inject oils and attractants into my baits. There's a lot of very expensive branded syringes out there that don't last very long. You know, they're about 6-7 quid. And you know, and they don't even last me a season. You know, half a season, you go to put it and the rubber comes off the end of the plunger and that's it. That's a syringe ruined, done with. So what I do is I've kept my old needles from before, and these syringes, they're 10mm, hold plenty. You know, that I can inject 2 big sardines full of oil with that. So, you know, syringe full of this will last you 3 or 4 fish, no problem. And they are, I get 20 of them for 6 quid. Now that only lasts me a season. I've bin it. You know, your quid's in. You know, I'll say I've tried all the branded ones and they all break on me. Just the rubber seals on them are black. They're like 100mm syringes, some of them 30s and 50s, and they just break. These, if it breaks, big deal, just throw it away. I've got 20 more for the same price. That's the way I look at it. So they're the syringes I use. So the needles come from the branded ones I've had in the past. I just keep the needles and they fit perfectly on top of the new cheaper smaller syringes, and they last, I don't care how long they last. They only last half a season. It's costing me nothing compared to what it was costing me of going through a 6 quid syringe every season, and even half a season. Sometimes I'd have to, you know, go through 2. I'm stuffed. Got to buy another one. So yeah, that's what I do. Buy the cheap ones, £6 something for 20. They'll last you forever. Of course, the other question is, do boosted baits work? The way I look at it is, I think the extra attraction in the water must help. But if you've got the right bait at the right time in front of the predator, it's going to have it. Doesn't matter whether it's boosted or not, I don't think. But it's like the old adage with lures and floats. They catch more fishermen than they do fish. And that's the same with boosted baits. I mean, there's a whole array of now, especially blended and made oils that you can inject your baits with. If they give you a bit of extra confidence on a hard day, I don't see anything wrong with them. Do they work? I don't know. I've definitely had nothing all day, boosted my baits and had fish straight away. I fished with boosted baits all day and not had a touch. You know, it's swings and roundabouts, but I think if it boosts your confidence, then why not? It's very still, very quiet up here. There's not a ripple on the water. It stopped running off. Everything's still. Everything perfect. Except the last bit. That final push we need. Well, we've had a pike. I mean, there's a lovely pike as well. Really beautiful colours on it, I thought. And hopefully, we're not done yet. It's, you know, it's soon be the witching hour. Hopefully them zander will move in, or we may get another run from a big pike. You never know. But I'm confident I'll have another fish before it gets dark, and hopefully we'll get a few zander once it gets dark. As I said, I'm going to fish up to about 7 o'clock. It's, you know, it gets dark 4:30. I'll fish another few hours past darkness up to about 7. That'll do me. If I ain't had one by then, I'm not going to, you know, I probably won't get one. And with them small baits on the deck, I'll see if there's any nuisance mitten crabs out there. They haven't bothered me all day during daylight hours. Whether they just come out at night, I don't know. But we'll give it a best shot. Well, troops, nothing to show you. It's half hour before I pack up. We've had not a sausage, not a bleep, nothing. And so what's worked today? Well, we've had one pike on Paternoster smelt. It was boosted. After an hour or so, I injected a load of Predator Plus into it. Was that the difference between a blank and a lovely fish on the bank? Who knows? But I tell you one thing, if it gives you confidence, go for it. I like boosting my baits. You know, I think it gives me an edge. Whether it does or not, there'll be a whole multitude of ideas on the subject out there. Let me know what you think. Boost, yay or nay? Waste of time, a waste of money, or a vital bit of kit? What do you reckon? Oh, let's hope we have one before we pack up. If not, thanks for watching, troops. Really do appreciate all the views, all the likes, all the comments. The channel's really growing. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Don't cost you nothing, and we'll see you on the bank real soon. Tight lines.